What if I told you that something as simple as 1 cup a day could help reduce your risk of stroke? Not a magic pill, not a medical procedure, but something you can pour into your favorite mug. Sounds too good to be true? Well, the science might surprise you. Today, we're diving deep into the research to uncover whether a single daily habit could be protecting your brain and blood vessels from one of the leading causes of disability and death worldwide, stroke. So grab a seat, maybe even that cup, and let's explore what one daily ritual might be doing for your long-term health. Before we talk about prevention, let's understand what a stroke actually is. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of your brain is interrupted either due to a blockage, that's called an ischemic stroke, or due to a blood vessel bursting, a hemorrhagic stroke. In both cases, brain cells begin to die within minutes. Every 40 seconds, someone in the US has a stroke. Every 3.5 minutes, someone dies from one. The long-term effects can be devastating. Paralysis, speech problems, memory loss, and even changes in personality. And here's the thing, about 80% of strokes are preventable, according to the CDC. That means our lifestyle, our diet, our daily choices, they matter more than we often realize. So what's the secret in the cup? Let's explore the contenders. Researchers from all over the world have been investigating the connection between stroke prevention and what we consume daily, and one drink keeps coming up in the results. No, it's not green juice. No, it's not turmeric smoothies. It's coffee. That's right, your morning cup of joe may be doing more than waking you up. In a massive study published in the journal Stroke, scientists tracked over 83,000 Japanese adults for more than a decade. They found that those who drank at least 1 cup of coffee per day had a 20% lower risk of stroke compared to those who rarely drank it. Even more compelling, the protective effect seemed even stronger for certain types of strokes, like the ones caused by blood clots. So how could coffee, a drink long thought to be a guilty pleasure, actually help guard the brain? Let's talk science. Coffee is more than just caffeine. Inside every cup is a complex mixture of over 1,000 bioactive compounds. Some of them are incredibly beneficial for your cardiovascular and brain health. Here's a quick breakdown of what coffee contains and how these components may help prevent stroke. 1. Chlorogenic acids. These antioxidants reduce inflammation and improve blood vessel function. They may also help control blood sugar, a key factor in stroke risk. 2. Caffeine. While it gets a bad rap, caffeine in moderate amounts can help improve blood flow to the brain and increase alertness. It may even improve heart rhythm stability when consumed reasonably. 3. Trigonolin and cafestol. These lesser-known compounds may play a role in protecting brain cells and maintaining healthy cholesterol levels. 4. Magnesium and potassium. Essential minerals found naturally in coffee that help regulate blood pressure, one of the biggest stroke risk factors. But before you start guzzling lattes all day, there's one crucial point we need to understand. The dose and the way we drink coffee makes all the difference. The magic number in most studies seems to be 1-2 cups a day. Not 6, not 10. Excessive caffeine, especially beyond 400 milligrams a day, can actually raise blood pressure, increase anxiety, and lead to dehydration, which, ironically, can increase stroke risk. And don't forget, we're talking about plain black coffee, not the double-whipped caramel mocha with extra syrup. Those sugary additions, they cancel out the benefits, and then some. So if you want to maximize the stroke protective effects of your daily brew, the best option is brewed black coffee. No added sugar or cream. Ideally organic and filtered. We'll talk more about why filtered matters in the next section. But wait, not a coffee fan? You're not out of luck. There's another cup with brain-boosting power that researchers are equally excited about. In the same Japanese study, people who drank at least 4 cups of green tea daily also had a significantly reduced risk of stroke. Why? Because green tea is loaded with catechins, powerful antioxidants that protect blood vessels and lower inflammation. 1 cup of green tea can improve artery function within just 30 minutes of drinking it. That's how fast these compounds can get to work. So whether you're a coffee lover or a tea drinker, it seems that what's in your cup truly matters. But how exactly do these beverages protect your brain at a molecular level? That's where things get really interesting, and we'll cover it in the next section. To understand how a simple drink like coffee or tea could lower your stroke risk, we need to look deeper at the microscopic level. Strokes are fundamentally vascular events, meaning they have everything to do with how well your blood vessels function. Your arteries aren't just passive tubes, they're dynamic, responsive structures. They need to stay flexible, clean, and unclogged to deliver oxygen to your brain efficiently. When you drink coffee or tea, especially in moderate daily amounts, certain compounds get to work in your bloodstream. Let's break it down. Chlorogenic acids in coffee reduce the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. That means fewer plaques forming on artery walls. Catechins in green tea help reduce the stickiness of platelets, those tiny blood cells that form clots. Fewer clots equals lower risk of ischemic stroke. Caffeine in both coffee and tea slightly increases nitric oxide production. This helps your arteries relax and widen, improving blood flow to the brain. Over time, this means less arterial stiffness, lower blood pressure, and a more resilient cardiovascular system. In other words, 1 simple cup might be helping your brain's plumbing system stay in top shape. You may have heard that not all coffee is created equal, and that's absolutely true, especially when it comes to stroke risk. 1 key distinction: filtered versus unfiltered coffee. Unfiltered coffee like French press, Turkish coffee, or espresso shots contains higher levels of compounds called caffeine and kaweol. While these compounds have some antioxidant properties, they also raise LDL, bad cholesterol. A 2020 study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology followed over 500,000 people and found that those who drank filtered coffee had lower mortality rates and lower cardiovascular risk than those who drank unfiltered. So if you're drinking coffee for its health benefits, especially for your heart and brain, opt for drip brewed or pour over coffee using a paper filter. It captures those cholesterol-raising compounds and lets the good stuff through. Not a fan of caffeine? Or maybe you're sensitive to it, especially later in the day? Good news. Decaf coffee still contains many of the same beneficial compounds, including antioxidants like chlorogenic acids and trigonylene. Some studies suggest that decaf drinkers also enjoy stroke protection, though the results aren't always as strong as with regular coffee. That's likely because caffeine itself may play a role in improving blood vessel responsiveness and alertness, both relevant to stroke risk. So while decaf is still a good choice, especially if you want to reduce anxiety or sleep disruption, it might not pack quite the same punch as regular coffee. The key takeaway? Caffeine is helpful in moderation, but the real heroes are the plant compounds that come along for the ride. Surprisingly, timing can influence how your body responds to your daily cup. Let's break it down. Morning coffee, between 7:10 a.m., may be the most beneficial for aligning with your body's natural cortisol rhythm. It gives a gentle alertness boost without overstressing your system. Afternoon tea, 2-4 p.m., offers a smoother, calming energy boost, especially from green tea, and may help prevent the afternoon blood sugar dips that can stress your cardiovascular system. Drinking coffee or tea too late in the evening, especially if it interferes with sleep, can backfire. Poor sleep is a strong risk factor for stroke and cardiovascular disease. So the sweet spot? Morning or early afternoon, depending on your schedule and tolerance. 1 cup a day, timed well, may support both brain function and long-term vascular health. Now, while the benefits are clear for many, not everyone should jump into a new coffee or tea habit without caution. Here's who should check with a healthcare provider first. People with uncontrolled high blood pressure. Caffeine can cause short-term spikes. Those with arrhythmias, irregular heartbeat. Too much caffeine may trigger symptoms. People with acid reflux, gastritis, or ulcers. Coffee can worsen irritation. Pregnant women should limit caffeine intake to 200 milligrams or less per day. And of course, if you're taking blood thinners or certain heart medications, it's best to talk to your doctor before making dietary changes, even something as simple as your daily drink. The good news? For most healthy adults, moderate coffee or tea intake is not only safe, it may be protective. Let's step away from the studies for a second. Meet Linda, age 67, from Seattle. After her brother suffered a mild stroke, she got serious about her own health. She cut out processed foods, started walking more, and committed to her morning ritual. 1 black coffee, no sugar. 3 years later, her blood pressure is down, her cholesterol improved, and her doctor calls her arteries impressively healthy. Linda's story is just one of many. Sometimes, small habits create big ripple effects over time. It's not about coffee or tea being a miracle, it's about how your daily choices, repeated over years, quietly shape your future. Now, let's zoom out. While 1 cup of coffee or tea a day may lower your stroke risk, it works best in harmony with your overall lifestyle. Think of it like a musical instrument, beautiful on its own, but even more powerful in an orchestra. So, what should you pair your daily cup with? Leafy greens and berries, high in folate and antioxidants, which protect blood vessels. Whole grains and nuts, great for managing blood pressure and cholesterol. Fatty fish like salmon, packed with omega-3 that reduce inflammation and improve blood flow. Plenty of water. Staying hydrated supports circulation and brain function. In fact, the American Heart Association emphasizes that a Mediterranean-style diet, rich in plant foods, healthy fats, and moderate coffee or tea, can dramatically reduce your stroke risk. So, your cup isn't a magic bullet, but it can be a key player in a much bigger health story. Let's not forget another stroke prevention powerhouse: exercise. A single cup of coffee or green tea may boost your alertness, but pairing it with physical movement, that's a winning combo. Studies show that just 30 minutes of brisk walking a day can cut stroke risk by up to 27%. And when you combine moderate caffeine intake with morning movement, you're supporting better blood flow, lower blood pressure, reduced arterial stiffness, improved insulin sensitivity. Many people say their cup of coffee helps motivate them to move, whether it's a short walk, light stretching, or a full workout. So, use that morning cup as a launch pad, not a crutch. Beyond the biochemistry, there's also a psychological side to your daily cup. That quiet moment sitting with a warm mug is more than just caffeine delivery. It can become a powerful, mindful ritual that supports mental clarity, reduces stress, and builds healthy routines. Here's how to turn your drink into a brain-boosting ritual. No screens. Take 5 minutes just to breathe and sip. Pair with journaling. Reflect on goals or gratitude. Drink slowly. Engage your senses to activate mindfulness. Use the time to plan movement. A short walk or stretching session right after. Small rituals, repeated daily, tell your brain, this is how we care for ourselves. And in a world full of noise and stress, that's no small thing. While many studies point to the protective power of coffee and tea, there are still some unanswered questions. For example, what's the ideal dose for different body types or genetics? How do cultural factors like diet, sleep, and stress influence the benefits? What's the role of gut microbiome in processing the antioxidants in coffee and tea? Science is always evolving, and while the current evidence is promising, researchers continue to dig deeper. But what's clear today is this: a modest, consistent intake of coffee or tea, paired with a healthy lifestyle, is not only safe for most people, it might just be protective. So, where does that leave us? If you're already enjoying a daily cup of coffee or tea, good news. You may be giving your brain and heart a gentle, consistent shield against stroke. If you're not, and your health allows, consider incorporating just 1 cup a day as part of a routine that includes whole foods, hydration, movement, and rest. It's not about extremes. It's not about trendy detoxes or expensive supplements. It's about the everyday things done consistently and with care. 1 cup a day won't guarantee you'll avoid a stroke, but according to science, it might tip the odds in your favor. And in the world of preventive health, that's a powerful advantage. Now, we want to hear from you. What's your daily drink of choice: coffee, tea, or something else? Have you experienced any changes in health after building a consistent morning routine? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into healthy aging and daily habits that matter. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and take good care of your amazing brain.